Ramped back up to a Category 2 storm. But remember, before that, when this all began, it slammed into Jamaica first, making landfall as one of the strongest hurricanes ever in recorded history there as a Category 5 storm. Officials are not yet sure how many people were killed from the hurricane in Jamaica, but at least 4 bodies have been recovered in St. Elizabeth Parish. And across the island, roads are blocked to emergency vehicles. Buildings have been reduced to rubble. Most of Jamaica is still without power today, which means help from anyone, everyone, and anywhere is critical in this moment. And that is where people like A.J. Frazier come in. He's a Marine veteran and a member of the Cajun Navy. He's on the ground in Mandeville, Jamaica, one of the places that was very hard hit. A.J., thank you so much for being here. Jamaican officials seem to be really still trying to grasp the scope of the devastation. What are you seeing in terms of damage?
It's bad. I went from Kingston to Mandeville. Mandeville needed a lot of rescues, a lot of flooding. Then I went through St. Elizabeth Parish yesterday, and man, it's driving through there like a nightmare. Every other turn you're worrying about busting your tire or falling in something or hitting something. It's a bunch of flooded roads, flooded homes, destroyed homes, debris from destroyed homes all over the place. You got to understand, Jamaica houses are built a lot stronger than they are in America. They have stricter codes, so their houses are built out of, all the new homes have to be built out of stone and steel. But when you're taking a direct hit from a Cat 5 in the eye wall, there's really nothing you could do. This hurricane is tied the 1935 Labor Day hurricane for the most intense hurricane to make landfall in history at an 892 pressure. So this is it. This is the most powerful hurricane in history to make landfall anywhere on Earth. It only happened once in recorded history since 1851, and that was the 1935 Labor Day hurricane. So it's bad. And we knew it was going to be bad. The biggest issue right now is people trapped. It's just like I thought. I spoke to y'all last time. I'm driving around getting tickets for people who are missing and for people who need rescue. And the vast majority, some are okay, but the vast majority I can't even get to because you need a helicopter to get there. There's, police have road closures, there's destroyed bridges, there's damaged bridges that people won't let you cross, the police won't let you cross, there's flooded bridges, there's roads that look like a giant just went and took a sledgehammer to them and they're half gone. Some of these roads, when there's oncoming traffic, you're both risking falling off a cliff just to barely squeeze your way across. There's vehicles that are broke down everywhere. The vehicles stuck in mud. It's bad. Like we're really, one thing I heard that's important that I have to bring up is I saw a post. Hopefully it's true. I haven't really had service to see what's going on the news, but I saw a post that they just opened up the Kingston airport for humanitarian aid and relief to come in. That's very important. I also run pants out, by the way, and I'm a member of 50 Star Search and Rescue, HBNGC. I'm a member of aerial recovery and Halo relief and stuff like that. And we work with Gold Search and Rescue, but and there's a Cajun Navy task force right now working on this. But we have a lot of stuff going on. But we have to get units like that and others in with the helicopters. If we can stage in Kingston, that's great. But we need helicopters, airplanes, stuff like that, because the vast majority of people, and not just people, but whole communities, we can't get to. I was able to get within 25 kilometers of Black River. Out there in St. Elizabeth, I was in Santa Cruz. And that's the closest you can get because I think it's called Wachovia Bridge out there is really badly damaged, and the police aren't letting you drive through there. And that's really from really that's the only way from east to west to get into Black River. I'm assuming people can't get in from the west to the north either. It's bad, and I'd hate to see where a lot of the mountains are like when it comes to getting in. But we're really not going to know the scope of who needs rescue or what. 75% of the island has no power and no service, no GPS, all that, and those that do. So we don't even know how bad it is right now, but we just know it's bad. What I've seen is I won't even drive in St. Elizabeth Parish at night because it's hard enough to not crash your vehicle or drown. When you even get attacked by a crocodile in the daytime, it's hard enough to see that stuff. At night, it's impossible.
And that's the thing. I mean, what you're describing is it is impossible to get around right now which is also means impossible to really understand the scope of the damage and how, but the need is so urgent to try to help people, rescue people, and get supplies in and humanitarian aid. And AJ Frazier with the Cajun Navy, you're there to do what so many people need help with right now. We really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much. John.